Hello. The body is doing it to me again. I'm slightly dizzy. I just took the dizzy pill. So I'm either supposed to be working on the sales list or going outside for the medical run. But right now, the room is turning. So I will go ahead and make this. I'm calling this the pandemic horror movie, or my journey into the Twilight Zone that I can't get out of. Yes, I got an ice pack behind me. My hair is getting longer. I haven't been able to go to the barber in 5 months. I don't know if they're open yet. That's down the road. Ouch. I'm doing good just to get outside. Ouch. Unofficially, this began March 1st as 2020. I've been around a long time, many years. More than I ever planned for. And frankly, this year is beyond description. Beyond my comprehension and understanding. First, let's see. Some may think just because I'm coming up with 25 years so clean and sober, I got the answers. I know what to do, where to go, so forth. Be honest, I've got more questions than I have answers right now. It's only by the grace of God that I'm still clean and sober and even alive. So the video is how the pandemic has and is impacting me. First, because I have COPD and 3 other breathing problems. Don't do that. I've been wearing a mask for years to go outside anyway. Especially on the high ozone, high pollution day like today. So it's no big deal. I just have to find a place to replace them. And that's a job in itself. Ow! It is making it harder to go see a doctor. I'm in the process of changing medical insurance for the 7th time since January 2014 when my world crashed. It seemed that all my 8 doctors are on hold. Prior to all this happening, I was supposed to be in surgery for spinal stenosis getting more severe. That's probably what's causing the continual dizzy spells. Ouch. But I don't have the money, and luckily I'm not in a nursing home because I would have been in big trouble. I had my first video chat with my lung doctor. I got another one set up with someone else next week. Makes it hard to have an appointment, to get any procedures done, any tests done. Ow! And the surgery. Ouch. Now it's going to my neck. So I'm in limbo regarding what to do. I am going to go pick up the CBD and my twitch meds as soon as my body will let me walk. And another way it's impacting me is making the sales harder to do. People are a bit more paranoid, so they're afraid to come over and see what I have for sale. Plus I realized with 40 million people out of work, facing losing everything. I've been there, done that. People don't have money, but I have to proceed because I am existing on the sales. Ow. If I could go back to work tomorrow, I would, but I can't. So with $200 a month to live on, I have no choice but to keep doing the sales. It is hourly, it takes hours and hours of work. Another way the impact is impacting me, the pandemic. All the places I used to go to hang out at, usually alone, but they're all closed. I'm not sure if they're open yet or not. I will see down the road. I don't drive, so it makes it more difficult. And since actually I see this horror movie as an addition to the last 7 years or 6 years, only massively intensified. Ow. I spend more time alone, or I call it, on a isolated island. I keep looking for a ship to come by or someone to come by and join me on the island. I think I know 6 people in the city. My best friend, the only one that called me regularly, passed away 2 years ago this month. And it's been a very difficult journey. Ow! Ow! Yeah, it does that all the time. My head's going left. It has made my recovery a lot more challenging. Thankfully, I've been in the program long enough to know that no matter if I get drunk or loaded, the problem still exists, so don't pick up the first one. Even though that would temporarily help the anxiety. The anxiety and the insomnia has gotten worse. Getting harder for me to get out of bed. Of course, I'm going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, normally. Not by choice. To be honest, most days I wonder why I get up, why I'm still here. Ow. I have to believe that God has a purpose that I don't know about. I've beaten the odds before, so I can do it again. Since the lockdown, most of you know, my other half and I are sadly many roommates. She's gone now, so I can do this. I can't watch DVDs when she's here. I check all the DVDs and CDs prior to putting them up for sale, because they have to be perfect. So it's tested my endurance in that way. Generally, whoa. I wish I could wake up tomorrow back to a world that made sense. It made more sense anyway. Regarding the protests, the other pandemic, I'm hoping the COVID doesn't increase. We have almost 2 million people here in the country, almost 7 million people around the world. I don't understand why it happened or why it's doing what it's doing, but I have no way to get tested. I'm 98% sure I don't have it, but anyway, I've been out 10 times since March the 1st. Once to go see my mom for Mother's Day, and the other replaced my shoes. Other than that, it's been medical run. And it's up to my body as to when, ouch, I get to go outside. I do support Black Lives Matters. Like all life matters. Having been a military brat, I've had friends of every race, religion, sexual preference, and everything else. I've lived with Filipinos. I lived with a black family. I've lived with other nationalities. Didn't see no big deal. I do not approve of police brutality. Some step over the line when they shouldn't. I've been set up twice by a cop, but that's another story I won't go into at this point. Not all the cops are bad. They're under a lot of pressure. A few cops have helped save me in big time. So, because I cannot, I have no way. Hold on. Room train. It's like getting drunk without getting drunk. I would normally be out there protesting on the street, but doing good just to get outside right now. So I'm signing petitions right and left. So I hope it's an awakening to society's needed for change. I think in some weird way the pandemics have exposed society as it really is, sadly. I don't know when the earth was altered and we ended up in this bizarre world we're in now, but something has to give. All lives matter, and we're all in this together, whether you like it or not. So as we face the very shaky world of double pandemics and not knowing what tomorrow brings, try to love each other and yourself and do the best you can to make a positive difference. Ow! 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 My neck sounds like Rice Krispies. Anyway, the pandemic has basically stopped most of what's going on. I'm hoping that something good will come out of all this, because right now it makes little sense. In closing, a few well-meaning, lack of a better word, conservatives said this is God's will and God's draft. Well, sorry, I can't buy that, because that's saying, okay, well, cancer, AIDS, the shootings and so forth is also God's will. My God doesn't act that way. Yes, he does send judgment, but this is way beyond normal. So that's, ow. I will go rest. I may or may not make it outside. What we do now determines what kind of future we have. For those out there protesting, or I should say looting, rioting, burning down buildings, grow up, assholes. People's businesses are already in trouble because of the pandemic. You don't need to make it worse. Okay, I think this made sense. I don't know which direction to go next medically. I cannot afford to go to the doctor right now. It's $200 for the emergency room. So, wait. I gotta sit here with the dizzy spells. Anyway, hang in. With God, all things are possible. We'll get through this somehow. Take care. I'll be able to sign off because the room is turning big time. Ouch. Hey, hope it's made sense. Bye-bye.